Okay, Taco here. As you watch me pack up my wing, and yeah, I can see I was all sweaty. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you today about something that causes a little bit of controversy, ruffles some feathers on the internet, and that is I bought my gear before I got training, and I know that all the major players seem to disagree with that. If you watch YouTubers, don't buy your gear before you get training, and oh, you're just going to go buy the wrong stuff, and trust your instructor and ask your instructor. Well, there's a few reasons I did what I did. First of all, when I had the money come available for me to buy my stuff, I didn't want to wait, because you know Murphy's Law. If you've got money for something, sooner or later the universe is going to make you spend it on something else. So I had some money available for me to buy my glider and decided to go ahead and get something, even though it was just after Christmas and South Carolina weather is cold and unforgiving. So what I did was I started looking around on YouTube, found a few videos on how to pick a glider, and I'm not going to go into all that because you can search YouTube yourself, obviously, because you're here. I spoke with several instructors. I think I spoke with about 5 of them, and basically they all said the same thing. Look, get a beginner, A-rated student wing, and get that, and any of them pretty much will work for you as a learner. Now, I did have one say, oh, you're going to get bored with that pretty quickly, but they don't know what I intend to do. I'm not looking to 6 months, a year from now, looking to do wing overs and barrel rolls and acro. I want to get up 10,000 feet, cruise around, take some pictures with a decent camera, and really just have fun kind of slow cruising around. And that's my goal. So a year or 2 years from now, I'm still going to be happy on an A-wing. And if I decide I want something better or something faster, I'll get something faster. But right now, I'm just going to be happy with my wing. So I decided to get the one of the BGD wings. I looked around at a bunch of them, and that's the one that I really liked, and it fit my weight range. So go to YouTube, figure out your weight range and all that with the wing, and get the glider that suits you. But what I did was I asked one of the instructors, hey, check my math. Here's what I weigh. Here's what my paramotor weighs. And here's the glider that I'm looking at. And basically, the math says for a paraglider, you should be, there's a minimum weight and there's a maximum weight. And then, of course, there's a middle weight between those two. You should be at about 55 to 60% or so, if I remember correctly. Again, look at the YouTube videos and figure it out. But so what I did was I picked a wing that, and there I am crouched down on the ground, fighting it back into its little bag. So I found a wing that was the right size for me, and after I did the math, I sent it off to the instructor. I said, here's the wing I want, here's my math, check it for me. And he says, you did a great job, that's the wing for you. If you're looking for an A-rated wing, get that one because the weight range is just right. So that's what I did. I picked a wing, I started messing around with the math, and had somebody check my work. And then I ordered the wing, and it took, I got it from, I got it from a Kanguk dealer, and he sent the wing all the way from Austria. Now, the BGD wings, I like them for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you're going to fly a paramotor, you might as well look good. And the BGD wings, to me, just they have a style all their own. They're not just some single color or two colors, just kind of a dull, boring wing that everybody else has. They really look gorgeous. So, if all the A wings work pretty much the same, dadgummit, look good flying. So I like it, and it comes with this pack. You see, it's sort of a backpack thing, stuff sack that you put the wing in and pull the cord, and it has some compression straps and everything, and then you just put the wing all together and stick it on your back and go. So I got the wing. I've started ground handling and kiting. I've got about 5 hours total now. I'm doing pretty well at it, I think, without having somebody there directly to give me some instruction. And I just ordered my motor too. So I originally looked at the Kanguk Amarok, and I like their motors. I think they look nice. They look very sturdy and well built. But then I started talking with Dimitri from Iris Paramotor, and I wound up going with the Iris Infinity, which is sort of a newer model, I think. But what got me started was I looked at the quick disconnect prop holder. And basically, you put the prop on the paramotor, and there's this quick connect thing instead of having to tighten up Allen wrenches or hex head bolts or whatever, and to keep your prop on. And I loved it, and I started talking to him about it, and basically he just sold me on the motor. Now the price is right there. The Amarok and the Iris Infinity are about the same price, so it's kind of 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Now I'm a bigger dude. I'm 6'2". 212 pounds, I think, this morning. I'm trying to get down to just under 200, which will still put me in a good weight range for my wing. But I'm trying to get down a little bit smaller. But I'm still going to be wide. You know, I'm not going to lose any chest width or anything like that, even if my waistline gets smaller. So I'm a bigger guy. So the Iris is just a little bit wider than some of the other paramotors. So that's why I went with that. I'm just waiting on Dimitri to ship it. So I think I've done pretty well in my decision. Now, my decision isn't the right decision for everybody. If you decide to buy your gear before you get instruction, you know, that's kind of on you. You take a big risk of not getting the right stuff and then trying to find somebody to repair your stuff. If your instructor's not familiar with it, you may have to mail off your wing or get somebody else to work on your particular paramotor if you bend it up or something. So you are taking a risk doing it all kind of on your own, and unfortunately it's not helping out the instructor schools very much. If you go off somewhere and buy a bunch of stuff online, it's not really supporting your local instructors. But I've done the people at Pinnacle Paramotor have really been helpful, working with me and making sure that I'm going to get trained, and they're helping me out with my stuff. So shout out to them, and hope you enjoyed this in case you decide to buy your own stuff before instruction.